This is Wayne from My Tech News, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about the Amazon Echo Show. Now, keep in mind, this is really not a review of the Amazon Echo Show. This is more of my thoughts and opinions on the Amazon Echo Show. And I've been using it for a little while now, and I finally have a good understanding on how the actual product works. Now, you may have read the title of this video, and it says not worth it. And I'm not going to beat around the bush here. I'm just going to flat out say it right now that I think that the Amazon Echo Show is not worth the money. It normally retails for $230, which is quite expensive in my opinion. Right now, you can get it for $129, and for a while, you'll probably be able to get it lower than $220. A lot of the retailers are selling it for $129. I actually got super lucky when I found the Amazon Echo Show at my local retailer. I have a local public retailer, and they actually, for some odd reason, I don't know why, they wanted to give it away for $100. So I said, at $100, it's kind of like a no-brainer for me to pull the trigger on the Echo Show for $100. But for $220 and for $129, this thing is kind of a hard sell. Basically, the Amazon Echo Show is a Alexa connected smart speaker which has a screen on it. It has a 7-inch touchscreen on it, and that's pretty much what makes it different than the other Amazon Echo products or the Google Home assistants and things like that. They wanted to tack on a touchscreen to their Alexa-enabled smart speaker, and that's pretty much what this is. It's a tablet with a 7-inch touchscreen on it with Alexa built onto it with microphones, and that's what you're looking at the with this device. And honestly, I don't think it's worth it. I'm going to tell you why I don't think the Amazon Echo Show is worth it. I don't think a lot of people are going to really want this and going to really need it. You have to realize that there's a lot of different smart connected speakers on the market which have assistants. For instance, Google has products on the market. Of course, Amazon has their own line of products here. Of course, I'm talking about the Echo Show in this video. And then, of course, Apple does have one. But the Apple HomePod really doesn't compare when it comes to smart features. It's more about just playing music and things like that. It's not really a very useful assistant. So just talking about Google and talking about Amazon in this video. But the thing is, since there's so many other options on the market, it's hard to justify that $220 with this thing having a screen. Yes, it has a screen on it. Yes, you would think you'd get more use out of the screen. You'd think the screen would be more useful than just having your standard smart speaker with no screen on it. But the thing is, there's not really any advantage of actually using the Echo Show. I've been using the Echo Show for about a month now, and what I can say is there's not really a time where I wish I had a screen on my connected smart speaker. And since this is $220, you can go out right now and buy a Google Home Mini or Amazon Echo Dot and buy those for $50. Those are only $50. I think for most people out there, you're going to be 100% okay without a screen. I can't justify the screen in this case just because, well, first off, there's not a lot actually on the Echo Show that actually utilizes the screen to its full potential. I wish Amazon would have gave us more apps or more things you can do. If you go to the Amazon If you go to the Amazon Alexa app on your smart device, whether that be an iOS device or whether that be an Android device, if you have a smartphone and you go to that application, which you have to install to use these products, you will find that there's not really a lot of video apps for the Echo Show, and that is one of my biggest problems with the Echo Show, is that there's not a lot of apps that utilize the screen. It's like a lot of developers really didn't care about the Echo Show. Maybe they knew a lot of people weren't going to be interested in it, or maybe they didn't want to pay for it, so there's not a lot of video apps on there that utilize the 7-inch touchscreen on the actual display. And then when it comes to Amazon-owned stuff, Amazon really didn't care about this product. It's like they made this product, they released this product, but then after that, Amazon really didn't do any cool features that really utilize the screen to its full potential. There is some stuff that Amazon does allow you to do, like for instance, you can video chat people, because this does have a webcam built on. So if you want to video chat people, you can video chat people with other Echo Show owners, Echo Spot owners, and also smartphone owners that have the Alexa app installed can also chat to you if you have a show on it. And speaking of just talking about the webcam on the front of the actual device, this thing is a competitor to the Spot, and the Spot is pretty much the exact same thing as the Echo Show, but it has a smaller screen on it. It kind of looks like an alarm clock, and that one retails normally for, I think, $129. So the discounted price of the Echo Show, it normally goes for $129. So you can see, I just can't really find a lot of practical uses for this thing. There's not a time where I would walk up to the Echo Show and be like, I wish I actually had a 7-inch touchscreen on my connected smart speaker. There's not really a time I really needed it and I really wanted it. It's just a nice novelty to have the screen there, and it is useful in some scenarios. I'm going to explain later on some of the benefits of having the screen. I'm not going to say it's all bad news, but for the most part, it's just really hard to justify the screen really being on there. And I wish I don't really regret my purchase when it comes to the Echo Show. The time I've spent with my Echo Show, I've had fun with my Echo Show. I just don't think it's worth the money, and I think you're better off buying one of the smart speakers on the market, whether it be from Amazon or whether it be from Google, that don't have a screen on it, just because, well, I don't think the Echo Show brings a lot to the table. I know I'm like repeating myself over and over about how not to buy this, why I don't think it's not worth it and things like that. It's just that the price is too expensive for this thing. One thing I do have to note as well is, if you're not aware of this, you can actually buy an Amazon Fire tablet, and you can actually throw on the Amazon owned custom OS for Alexa, and you can actually throw it on your tablet if you have a Fire tablet, and then you can actually get the same thing as a Echo Show. You can get a dock for your Fire tablet, and you can throw on the Fire tablet. And the fun fact is, I think you can actually get a bigger size screen Fire tablet for the money. Of course, tablets will do much more than just the Echo Show, and the fact that if you want to turn it into an Echo Show, you can do that. Plus, it'll have a bigger screen if you opt out to buy one with a bigger screen. So that kind of eliminates the reason why would you actually want to spend $220 for something like this when you can buy a Fire tablet, and you can actually throw on the custom Alexa OS on it, and then you can actually have essentially a Echo Show. So there it is right there. Let's talk about another thing I don't like about the Echo Show really quickly. One thing I don't like about the Echo Show, which I thought I would actually love because I tried this out in store. If you go to Best Buy, if you go to Target, you can actually try this out at a couple of big box retailers, and I tried this thing out, and I was actually blown away by the speaker quality of the actual Echo Show. But then taking it home right now, since I do own the Amazon Echo 1st Gen, the very first one they ever made. I think I bought it back in end of 2015, 2016, somewhere around there. I ended up buying it, and then what I find is the speaker quality on the Echo Show does not compare to even the 1st Gen Amazon Echo. To be fair, the original Amazon Echo does have a 360-degree speaker on it, so it is in all directions, whereas the Amazon Echo Show is just shooting sound straight at you. And I find that I just don't really like the way the sound of it sounds. I don't think it's loud enough. I just think it's tinny. Overall, I don't like the sound out of it. Is it 100% garbage sound? I must say no, it's not 100% garbage sound. And the nice thing I do love about these Amazon connected smart speakers is the fact that you can actually change the equalizer on it, so you can change the bass, the treble, and all that stuff on it if you think it's too loud. A lot of the times I don't like how the bass sounds on it, so I end up turning down the bass on it. That's just my personal preference, but overall I'm not really a huge fan of the Echo Show's sound, and I use it to listen to music a lot of the times, and when I'm listening to music I just don't find it too enjoyable. Usually also I like keeping it at lower levels. I just find it more pleasing to listen to at lower levels. For something, maybe the bass is too loud, or maybe something's wrong with it, or I don't know what's going on, but at higher levels it just doesn't sound pleasing to me, so I like turning it down slightly. So I usually have it at lower levels, and I usually turn the bass down as far as possible to enjoy it. That's how I enjoy my Echo Show. I just wish the sound was better on the Echo Show, because the store demos made it sound like it was amazing, but when I went home and actually used it, I didn't actually like the sound that was coming out of the Echo Show, to say the least. Now let's talk about some of the positives of the Amazon Echo Show. It's not all doom and gloom for the Echo Show. Let's talk about reasons why you would want to buy the Echo Show. Like, for instance, I do think that this is a good device to just throw in the background of like a kitchen, a living room, a bedroom, yes, even a bathroom. I think this is a very useful device because you can throw this up in the background, and there is some quite useful things on the screen. For instance, when you have the Echo Show, it will show you the time, so you will get the time. You'll also get the weather, so it will tell you what the temperature is outside, and it'll also have a little picture of like what the weather is outside really quickly. It'll show a sun. If it's sunny outside, it'll show partly cloudy with the sun. That means partly cloudy, and then it'll show a lightning bolt, which means it's thunderstorming outside. So that's very useful. And on top of that, when you leave the display on and the display is always on, you will actually get news articles that just randomly cycle through the home screen of the show, and I thought that's very useful. And then at any time, if you want to play any of those articles that she's randomly showing you on the screen throughout your day, you can actually just tell her to play that certain news article. And if it's a video, it'll start a video, and if it's just an article, she'll just read it to you. And I thought that's very nice, whereas the other Echoes, you don't get random facts and you don't get random news throughout the day. You just have to know about, like, play your flash briefing or play CNN news and things like that. Whereas here, you're always getting new news articles throughout your day, and since they're just randomly popping up on the screen, you learn new facts, you learn new articles, you learn new news stories that you wouldn't know otherwise, because you don't have to randomly pull out your phone and check news articles in like an application, or you don't have to turn on your TV if you're bored. You'll just randomly walk up to it, you'll see a news article scrolling by, and if you're interested in it, you just tell her to play it, and boom, there you go. So you'll be learning stuff that you wouldn't normally learn otherwise by just having a display always on, and just by walking by the Echo Show, you'll learn stuff, which is very nice. For instance, the other day, I was walking by my Echo Show and I saw an article about Yellowstone and how Yellowstone might have earthquakes or it might start cracking in the near future, and I played that, and it was actually pretty entertaining, and I learned some stuff about Yellowstone and the state of Yellowstone in 2018, and I thought that was very interesting, and I do use that feature quite often. Usually I walk up to it, and if I see an article that I'm interested in and she's showing it to me on the home screen of the display, I will tell her to read it or to play it because I'm very interested in it. So that is something that is very nice, and it's very convenient to get news articles you wouldn't normally get otherwise. Another reason you may want to pick up the Echo Show is for the fact that you can control Nest cameras, you can control Ring doorbells. So if you have a Ring doorbell or if you have a Nest camera, this thing is going to be very, very convenient for you, because you don't have to pull out your smartphone, pull out your tablet, turn on your computer anymore. You can just walk up to this thing, since it's always on. You can say, turn on the Nest camera, turn on the Ring doorbell, and you can have some satisfaction or some guaranteeing knowing that you can check your cameras at any time of the day. Just throw this in like your bedroom, and then you'll always have a way to access your cameras. If you're always worried about maybe burglars, or maybe you're in not such a good area, you'll always have that guarantee that you can always check your cameras at any time. I still really can't recommend this just to go out and spend $129, $230 for this thing just to get a Nest camera set up, or just to get a Ring doorbell, because most likely when you're buying those devices, you have a smartphone, you have a tablet, you have a computer. So I don't know if I can really justify it for that, but that is one thing it does do, and it does do very great, and I actually think that's a very great feature. Some other things that make this a very good device is the fact that if you're cooking, this thing is flat out amazing because it has a screen on it. So for instance, you can tell her to play recipes, and the nice thing about the recipes on the Echo Show is the fact that the recipes can be random. So you can tell her, like, show me a avocado recipe, show me a pizza recipe, show me a taco recipe, show me a sandwich recipe. And for instance, when you show her a sandwich recipe, or tell her to show you a sandwich recipe, she'll actually show you different recipes for sandwiches, and then you can pick one, and she'll take you step by step through the ingredients list, and she'll take you step by step through the process of making that sandwich. So it's very convenient, and there's also a picture displayed on screen of that actual recipe that you want to make, and I thought that was flat out fantastic. And if you're a person that cooks all the time, that may be something to consider, because it's so convenient, it's so easy. She'll show you step by step on the screen, she'll read it to you. There's almost no way you're gonna mess up a recipe by having her around. So that is an absolutely a very good idea. Another thing that's really convenient on here, or really kind of cool on this thing, is the fact that if you have Amazon Prime, you can actually have her read out lyrics to a song if you want to sing along to a song. So throw on lyrics to the screen. Also, she will play Amazon Prime Video. So if you are a subscriber of Amazon Prime, you can actually get videos to play on here and full-length movies and TV shows, which is cool. Is it really necessary? No, it's not really necessary. And of course, you have other ways of watching that stuff, but it is kind of like icing on the cake. And on top of that, since they did remove YouTube on the Echo Show, it's kind of like that's all you have left when it comes to entertainment. There's not too much entertainment on the Echo Show outside of Twitch, because there is Twitch integration with this thing. But besides Twitch integration, if you're a gamer, there's not much else to really watch on this thing that you can outside of Amazon Prime and Twitch video, because YouTube got removed. That does kind of suck. Will YouTube ever be Will YouTube ever come back in the near future or even in the distant future? Unfortunately, I don't think Twitch is ever going to be coming back on the Echo Show, just because Google did announce that they are making a smart connected speaker with a display coming in late 2018, and that will have YouTube. And since Google's mad at Amazon for not selling Google products on Amazon, they're probably never going to put back YouTube on the Echo Show, which does kind of suck. And that would almost be one compelling reason to go out and almost buy the Echo Show just for YouTube, because we know how much information on YouTube, even though YouTube can be used for entertainment, it can also be used for studying and be used for informational videos that you may need help on. So YouTube is a very good platform for learning as well, not just for entertainment. But it's too bad it's not on the Amazon Echo Show. And some other things the Amazon Echo Show can do really well is show you trailers. If you're a big movie buff and you want to see movies, this thing is a very good device. You can have her show you the latest movie trailers. You can have her show you the latest movie trailer if you're interested, and things like that. And that's something you can't do obviously on the regular connected smart speakers, because they have no display. So that is something very nice. Just the fact that you can have trailers shown up on there is very good. Also, you can have her bring up different places around you. Like for instance, you can tell her to show you the nearest Walmart, show you the nearest McDonald's, show you the nearest supermarket, and that's very nice. And on top of that, she will actually show you on screen, so you can't really misunderstand her if you have hearing problems, or maybe you were doing something and you couldn't remember it, then you'll be on the display, and that's something very useful. Also, when you're reading out different articles on the internet, like for instance, I Wikipedia'd McDonald's, and instead of her just talking about McDonald's with audio only, she actually read the article out to me on the display, and you can read along with her, and you can read it too, so you can't really misunderstand her, because there's a lot of times on the regular connected smart speakers, whether that be the Google Home or whether that be the Amazon connected speakers, sometimes you have problems hearing them because maybe they don't pronounce stuff right, or maybe sometimes you're not really paying attention too well and it's just hard to understand them. But with this, you can't make a mistake, since there's going to be words on the display, which is very useful and very convenient. Also, you can have her show you pictures of different things. Like for instance, I wanted her to show me a picture of a dog, so she pulled up a random picture of a dog. Also, you can have her pull up just random pictures of like cars, houses, trees, or whatever you want. You can have her throw her up on the display. Speaking of pictures, you can use this thing as a picture frame. If you want to use this thing as a picture frame, you can go to Amazon Prime, I think, Photos, and you can have her load them up on Photos. And the cool thing about that is you don't need Amazon Prime to use that service. You actually have a limited amount of storage, but you can use that for free if you're a non-Amazon Prime member, and then you can use this as a photo frame. Thinking about other stuff the Amazon Echo Show does really well, I can't really think of too many other things the Amazon Echo Show does well. Of course, when it comes to news outlets like CNN, you can have her pull up news feeds from CNN. Instead of being audio only, you will get the news in video form. Is that better than having it in audio? I'm not going to say one way or another. Honestly, I don't think it's better, but I don't think it's worse either. I think it's somewhere in the middle. If you have the video, it's great, and if you don't have the video, that's great as well. I can't really find a situation where I wish I had a video for the news, or if I didn't have video for the news, I was missing out. That's really how I feel about that. I don't feel like it's really making it much better just being able to see video of the news, because I never felt like I was missing out. Most of the time, a lot of the times on those news outlets like CNN and other news outlets, they're mostly just talking straight into a camera like I'm talking now, and it's not really too useful. Sometimes, of course, they'll show you the actual a news story, like if there's like a hurricane, they'll show, like for instance today there's a hurricane, they'll show you the hurricane image, which is pretty useful and actually pretty practical right there, and that's actually some good stuff. So you can actually see like the weather condition that they're talking about on the news and stuff like that. But overall, I don't think you're missing out when it comes to the news side without having a display. I don't think you're missing out there. And that's pretty much some stuff that the Amazon Echo Show does well, and some of the stuff that the Amazon Echo Show doesn't do well. I'm sure there's stuff I'm missing out because there is quite a lot of stuff here, and this video is not scripted. This video is unscripted. I'm just trying to think of these things off the top of my head. That's usually how my videos goes. My videos usually are scripted from the not scripted. They're usually just going off the top of my head. So if I miss some stuff, I do apologize about that. But now, just wrapping up this video altogether, what can I say about the Amazon Echo Show after using it a month of usage? What I can say is I don't think this thing is a go. I still think this thing is a no-go. I think for most people out there, you're better off buying one of those connected smart speakers without a display. You can get those for as little as $50, and they practically do the exact same thing. You just don't get the visual feedback from it. And I think for most people, I'm pretty sure you don't need the visual feedback. Even Amazon must agree that they're not selling a lot of these. That's why most of the time you can get this thing well under $220. Like right now, at least the recording of this video, you can get this thing for $129. And I was lucky enough, for some odd reason, my retailer decided to retail this thing for $100. Don't know why. Wasn't complaining. At that price point, it's almost like you might as well kind of just pull the trigger on it, because it's the same price as one of the much more expensive Amazon Echo speakers, and it's like that. And also, you do have to realize they do have an Amazon Echo Spot, which I might not have touched on in this video, but that's pretty much the competitor to this, because it does have a display on it. Sure, the display is smaller, but it does everything the Echo Show does, just with a smaller screen. It kind of looks like an alarm clock, but that's pretty much what it is. So you're better off thinking about that. I wouldn't necessarily even still recommend that one, but it's only $129, so it's the discounted price of the Echo Show a lot of the times, and I wouldn't really I would really consider that over this if you're going to buy one with a display at all costs. I would recommend that one. I would not recommend the Echo Show, just because they're the same thing, it's just a smaller screen. But overall, I really can't recommend this product to anybody, and I don't recommend you buying this. I'm not disappointed. I just wish there was more things you can do with the display. I've already stated that at the beginning of this video. There's not enough developers utilizing the display. There's not a lot of information you can get on the display that makes it worth it, and I can highly not recommend this to anyone. So don't buy the Amazon Echo Show. Again, it's not a broken product. It's not really per se a bad product. It just doesn't offer a lot of value for what you're paying for. And the sad thing is, and the truth is, Amazon actually allows you to buy a Fire tablet from Amazon, and then you can actually throw on the Alexa OS on it. And once you throw on the Alexa OS, you can actually use it as a full standing Echo Show or an Echo Spot. You just throw it on the background with like a dock, and you can actually turn your Fire TV into a connected display like that, and that's actually very useful. And the cool thing is, with those Fire tablets, you can actually get a bigger Fire tablet with a bigger screen than 7 inches, because in some scenarios the 7-inch screen on the Echo Show is quite small, and it's really not that big. So to have a Fire TV, or excuse me, not Fire TV, a Fire tablet that has a bigger screen on it is probably your better option, because as you know, tablets can do a whole lot more than the Amazon Echo Show. You can browse the internet, you have a whole bunch of different apps, you can go to an app store, and on top of that you can have the Alexa OS if you still want the Alexa OS on your tablet. But anyway, this product is a do not buy from me. Honestly, a big thumbs down for me. Don't buy this thing. Anyway, guys, this is Wayne from My Tech News, signing out.